Hello everyone and welcome back to Nightingale Plays Factorio, Buses, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. So last episode we had finished up our oil production stuff, our refineries. After the episode I went and added in this chemical plant to create some solid fuel so I could fuel this train. Don't need to worry about getting coal up or anything like that, which reminds me our copper train is messed up. It needs fuel. It's not out of fuel or anything like that yet, but will be soon. Okay, I always keep forgetting to put these radars down. Actually, that was the other thing I did last episode, wasn't it? No, I didn't. Let's put a radar, sure, right here. Yeah, that's better. I want to try and go around and get those down. So we are going to hook them up. I've got my bus sitting and waiting. I'll show you guys what that looks like soon, but first we need to get some pumping stations. So I didn't really talk about in detail, so that's 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus whatever I had before. I might even need a couple more. All right, so liquids are confusing and there's not enough information in the UI. That's basically what my complaint is. How far can you guys go? Let's get another set in here. I'll work with that. Just want to make sure I leave myself enough room. So pumping stations look something like this. I could do 5, but I think 4 is going to be the maximum that I can handle anyway. The reason I say that is that the way the liquid system works. So let's do it offset by 1, and if we output the last pump right here, let's leave a little bit of space for ourselves just to make sure. So we'll do 2, we'll do 3, and we'll do 2, and we'll put the pumps in. Yeah, so I could do 5 pumps here, but I don't think it's going to be any more effective. So how it works is your liquids have a speed. When they enter the speed out of like something like your offshore pump, it will have a speed of 240. So the liquid will travel, I don't know if that's 240 pipe units per second or something like that. But each pipe it travels through, it's going to slow down a little bit. Let's finish this research. So what that means, just figuring out where I can actually put this one too. There. What that means is for the ideal liquid flow, you need to put pumping stations in. So these pumps will repressurize the liquid and send it off. At least that's the idea as I understand it. I'm going to run out of pipe here. So that's part of it. So that that is something I do care greatly about, the fuel flow or the liquid flow. I want to make sure that this stuff keeps moving. All right, then we'll put just another set on the other side. That should look good. Yeah, these are taking up a little bit more room than I expected. So space of 2, down 1. Space of 2, down 1. There we go, that should be all our pumps. I'm just being extra careful placing these because the pipes, if you place them over the pumps, instead of giving you a little bonk sound like it normally would for most other things, it'll actually replace it. So pumps and pipes, it's nice if you want to put a pump down, you can just click on a pipe, but sort of not as nice going the other way. Okay, so this is our pumping stuff. So yes, so the liquid slows down the more pipes it goes through. Underground pipes makes that way better than regular pipes because it's the number of segments it goes through. So 2 underground pipes, and all the space in between is the same as these 2 pipes here. So far, far, far better to use underground pipes. Perhaps we're at a point where just the fact that we're using underground pipes is going to be enough. Actually, this can go in. Actually, no, we'll try and put it in here. I have a feeling if I put it in elsewhere, it's not ideal and it'll cause me all kinds of problems. So the other thing we want is we want our storage tanks. And this is all hooked up downstream. I'll show you guys what that looks like. But our storage tanks. So, sorry, I was going to say, you have small pipes, which are size 5, medium pipes size 10, large pipes, which are size 20. So 5, 10, 20, 5, 10, 20. So copper and brass, or bronze, sorry, are your small ones. You also have this class is the ones that go underground distance 10. This is the ones that go underground distance 15. So plastic is a big pipe, which goes far. The thick liquids like crude oil are better through small pipes. And that's the part which I'm just not so sure about. They say it is better, but I'm not really all that clear in how it's better. Supposedly, that seems silly, whatever. Supposedly it's better because it fills up the pipe quicker or something like that, but I don't actually care how quickly it fills up the pipe. I just care about the throughput in the end. So in a sense, I'd almost think I'd rather have it on just the biggest one, but I'm not so sure about that. So maybe that's something I need to get really figured out. Can I do these in a line? Maybe, but I'm a little bit worried that's going to get me into trouble. So let's just offset them a little bit. I was able to turn it after, but not before. That's odd. All right, you guys can be this one here. And you are going to have to loop around and do something funny to get up to here. It's good. That's not going to be very effective. There we go. Okay, just keep researching whatever. Excellent. So the idea here, and I don't know if it's a good one or not, is I want to balance these. So I want these to be, I want to balance these 2 sides. So especially, I've already got this chemical plant here pulling light oil from this side and not from this side. So now we need to get it into these various things. I don't care too much which one it goes into. So for now, I'm just going to do the easiest hookups and worry about where they go in a minute. So you, yep, so if we go like that, get you into there. Then we can do this one here. And I'm trying to pick different outputs. I don't know if it matters. I'm going to assume that it does. Just that way I can get the sort of a maximum flow rate. All right, perfect. So we got our little pumping stations just about going. I'll power them up once I get the outputs, just so I know where everything is. So these 2 need to be petroleum and light oil. So petroleum and light oil. Let me just check my spreadsheet. I want to make sure that I get this right. Yeah, petroleum and light oil, heavy and light, light and petroleum. So petroleum and light oil. Petroleum and heavy on the far side. Let's just start hooking them up. It'll work itself out. Petroleum. Oh, okay. So it's not going to... I know I'm not going to be using up these spaces. I just want to be able to see the pipe so I don't mess anything up. Okay, that's that one. So then I said this one was going to be, well, the one on the end needs to be heavy. So let's do that and see how far this can go. Not quite far enough. So we got some heavy oil going there. This last one's going to be petroleum, which makes this heavy and light. Sounds right? Yep, should be right. So heavy, this one can go here. And now we just need the last light oil, which will be this one. There we go, everything's all hooked up. So I'll show you where this goes now. So in theory, these guys, each output pump has a flow rate of 30. So this will boost up the flow rate back up to a certain amount. I'm told this is helpful. I don't know. We'll see. You know, maybe once we get robots or something, we can do some experimentation with this later. Oh, come on. It's pretty dark. It should light up now. There we go. Build more lights. Okay, so we got our sort of another liquids bus here, except this is actually going to split off into all different liquids bus. So we have our petroleum and light oil going off to smelting. So petroleum is going to get used for plastics. Light oil is going to get used for, I think, the polishing stuff. The rest keeps coming down. These two on the end go off here to what is something new, our electronics bus. So of course, I always get down here when it's dark. And then the last one, the heavy and the light, are going to go into our main bus. I forget off the top of my head what these are used for. We'll figure it out when we get there. But yes, this is going to be our electronics bus. It's going to go this way, and you can see this lovely return bus. So this is already just about hooked up into the main bus. So electronics is going to put stuff on this bus. It's going to get output to the main bus. So stuff like our smart inserters, our basic circuit boards. You can see I hooked up the steel and the copper. The steel is just a split. The copper, it's got its dedicated lines. And then we got all kinds of other stuff, like your tin and lead, gold, electrum, silicon, going to need lots of that, nickel, carbon, lithium, cobalt oxide, blah, blah, blah. This is mostly stuff that's coming in from the smelting. This is mostly stuff that we're producing, say, in-house. Not quite sure off the top of my head what these liquids are going to be, but I have them listed in a spreadsheet somewhere. So this is all based off a big spreadsheet that I figured stuff out based on. So we finally got our oil production going. We've got place where we can do electronic stuff. So why don't we start doing stuff? So let's start by building synthetic wood. As you can see, that's something I've got on the bus, or want to have on the bus, and we know we're going to need that right away. So synthetic wood is, so let's build a synthetic wood plant. only needs to be one side, so we'll do a single-sided. So that's going to take chemical plants. I don't believe I have any. Let's build 10. I'm not sure how much synthetic wood I want, so I'm just going to build lots. Okay, so these are actually going to take a little while to build. So let's get one down, and then we can worry about the rest in a bit. So this is our another side to the path, but the electronic stuff's all going to go this way. So leave a little bit of space there, a little bit of space there, go like that. So you are for synthetic wood, so you're going to need heavy oil coming in. You definitely can't go that far. Right there. Yeah, it still reaches. There, there's continuation of that bus. Here is our heavy oil input. Something like that. You know what? What I'll do is I'll put these in pairs. So we'll put our next one just like that. I do like to have some space between them, so I'll put a little walking space right here. We said we're going to do 10 of these. Again, I don't know how many I realistically need, but I just want to make sure that I have enough throughput. And anything that you create in the early game, when you start getting late game and you have things like your electronic circuit boards that take like 10 advanced circuits that take 10, each of those take 10 basic circuits, and you realize that, hey, we're actually using like 100 basic circuits to create this one thing. So it's quite beneficial to have a lot of the stuff that you produce early on. Oh, and you don't quite reach. There we go. And we are producing. Simple as that. Oops, top. So we don't top this one because this is two different ones. Let's put little pairs. Out of inserters. There. All right, now we need to actually use our proper fast belts. And do I care where it goes on here? Not too much, but we actually need to go a full other set. Wow. So what's the best way to do this? Should I have a... No, I think what we'll do is we'll just, everything else, skip nicely over this. I don't actually know which of these are going to be produced upstream. Most of them are probably actually a no. So probably don't need to worry about this yet. All right, so that's our first item on the electronics bus. Ooh, and we are out of belt. So let's gonna end the episode pretty soon here anyway. How are we doing on stone bricks? Do I have any? I don't think I have any. I was gonna consider building a little bit more path, but yeah, I can't build any more refineries. Chemical plants, I'll need it for electrolyzer. Okay, so that's something between episodes that I'm gonna have to go pick up. Right now, I was just going to my still temporary station over there. See anything else we need? Nope, nothing we need immediately. The other thing I'm thinking about doing is you see how this is creeping up. as we get further over here, this is going to creep further and further up, and I'm just worried I'm going to run out of room. So I'm tempted to move this down a little bit while I still have the opportunity. Because if I wait too long, it's going to become trouble. So maybe what we'll do for that is I'm just going to put a cut. And I'll start building stuff downstream, and when things start running out, I'll start moving them. So yeah, we'll just go like that. There's something using steel, I guess. Didn't think there was anything downstream yet. Let's go have a look. Yeah, no, I don't have anything downstream yet. One of the first things I'm going to want is production of belts and stuff like that. Which really, if you look at it, other than the splitters, I can do everything. So that's actually pretty tempting to try and get that going. Because then I can start using mainly fast things. I don't want to go too crazy on using up my electronic boards. So this is 10 electronic boards and 5 basic circuit boards until I actually get production in this factory. So maybe we'll still wait just a little bit until we get the electronics done. Okay, so what else do we have that's in the electronics chain that I'm going to need for basic circuit boards? So basic circuit board is a wooden board and copper cable. Wooden board is synthetic wood. So copper cable, yeah, so the rest, so next up after this is actually the basic circuit boards already. So what I can do is, even though this is going up to the bus because something else is going to need it, I can do my circuit board production off here and steal directly off of it. So actually no, maybe not. Because I think what I want to do is we want to have copper coming in the one side. That. So we'll have copper coming in there, which will go into our copper cable production. And then we'll just need wooden boards. I think what makes the most sense in terms of outputting. Just gotta think what the layout I want looks like. So if we do copper, and also what are the ratios? That's the other important thing. So basic circuit board is 1 second, 3 copper cable, 2 wooden boards every half second. Okay, so the board production is actually quite quick. So I think what we can do, yeah, so we will have copper coming in here. And we will have okay. I think I've got it. So this is what I want to do. So this is a pretty standard layout that you might have seen for vanilla. We're just going to do a modified version. And thinking about it, I actually need to shift this down a little bit. So we'll go like this. Shift it down by one factory, one assembler. Okay, so these guys are going to be your copper cable. Looks like this is spelled out. This is going to be the circuit board, Bob's basic circuit board. So it takes 3 copper cables, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then you also need, so you're going to output using the long ones and input. So this is going to be your other ingredient, which is the wooden board. So the wooden board, so first of all, let's get our, so this is going to be a dual purpose belt. Out of splitters. almost out of fast underground as well. Got enough to kind of finish out this part of the build. Okay, so that's perfect. So we want this guy here is going to be our wooden board producer. So 2 every half second. So he can support 4 factories. So you're just going to go in and out. So he'll take from this side and add on the close side. And when you are done, you'll output, let's just say, let's go output on the bottom, input here, and that should pretty much be it. So let's just get this all hooked up, get our copper in. All right, so I think other than powering this up, that this should do it. Oh, and inserters. So throughput here. These are working full time. This is producing way faster than I needed to, which is fine, because what we'll do is then we'll add another set down here. Do I want to leave a space there? There's really no reason to. I'm just going to copy this. Okay, and you need a input, output. Then we'll mirror this on the other side and fill up both sides of this belt. So I just want to see the... I'll light this up. Yep, so this is definitely keeping up, so then we'll just mirror this whole thing. So we might actually be able to, we'll come pretty close to squeezing this in. There'll be a little bit of space there. And yeah, we can just copy this as many times as we need. And that is going to be our circuit production. All right, so I've let this episode go a little bit long. I just kind of wanted to get some real production going here, not just random stuff that's going up on the belt. All right, this has been Nightingale. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you did, please feel free to hit the like or subscribe buttons or leave a comment below. We will see you next time.